It's Our Story. Jim Tuscher, St. Louis, Missouri.
To be honest, I try not to think too much about Jerry Lewis these days. Back 20 years ago, I used to think a lot about him, particularly around this time of year, when isn't it Labor Day that he goes on the air? And we always felt that, a lot of our good work and trying to change attitudes throughout the year would be dramatically set back by Jerry going on and talking about people being half people and his kids. I saw him pat a guy on the head. I think he was an executive at American Airlines, and he patted him on the head and said, "He's just one of my kids." He had muscular dystrophy, and I just thought did a terrible disservice in terms of attitudes toward people with disabilities. I think a lot of the money was used in good ways. I know a lot of people who've gotten a lot of good equipment that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise, but I think in doing that, he also set the attitudes back constantly. We'll see how he does this weekend. I hear there's a nice bust of him in the muscular dystrophy headquarters, nicely lighted. That's worth something.
Excuse me.
But to summarize, you asked me how politics have transitioned, and starting out they're all snakes in the grass and to be avoided, to now the disability community here in St. Louis always gets involved in campaigns and giving money and working on campaigns. We stay involved in the work at the legislature. We get involved in the gubernatorial races. We encourage people to get involved on all sides of the political spectrum, because we sure don't want to have an auction where there's only one bidder. We want all parties to be vying for a vote. And it's a vote worth having. It's huge. And people with disabilities are getting quite organized. We have a disability vote project at Paraquad, and we're finding that good old-fashioned union organizing techniques do work. Apparently the reason most people don't vote, if they don't vote, the reason they don't vote is nobody's ever asked them. And we try to ask people with disabilities in our state 3 times, at least once person to person on the phone to vote. And we've increased the percent of voting in not this last election, we don't have all the numbers in yet, but in the election before that, we increased the voting rate of people with disabilities, of the people we contacted, by about 17 or 20%, I believe, which is pretty significant if you can get a large body of potential voters organized. To be honest with you, I'm not sure they voted the right way, though, when they did vote. Voter education's got to be our next big thing, and we got to be careful with that. We've got to organize privately for that one.
The It's Our Story project is a national effort to make disability history public and accessible. Visit us at www.itsourstory.org or on the It's Our Story project YouTube channel.